Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. Of course, Xerjoff is a brand that I absolutely love, and this fragrance here is actually under the Casamorati line, which is under the Xerjoff umbrella, but Mefisto is a fragrance that I initially smelled back in like 2011, came out in 2009. I finally have a bottle in my possession, so I'm really excited to review it for all of you, so make sure to stay tuned. Now, before I begin my review of Mefisto by Casamorati, which is under the Xerjoff umbrella, and I tell you all about this fragrance, I do want to mention that if you are a fan of fragrance-related content, if you like reviews, top 10 videos, and more, please do consider supporting this channel by subscribing to it. Make sure to enable all notifications by clicking on the bell icon, and give this video a thumbs up if you like this type of content. Now, before I dive into the review, I also want to mention that if you are interested in purchasing this fragrance, you may do so at perfumeonline.ca. They are an amazing website, and I've been using them for a couple of years now. I have done videos for them in the past. A lot of really hard to find niche and designer fragrances for very, very good prices. Of course, Black Friday is coming up. They currently do have Black Friday specials going on. If you use the code BOGO15, so BOGO 15, you can get a discount. No taxes or duties. They ship from Canada, and they're just awesome. And so I'm going to leave links down below to where you can check them out. They are not affiliate links, but I hope you find something there that you really enjoy. So with that being said, let's go ahead and start with Mefisto. This is a fragrance that came out in 2009. It opens up very bright and citrusy. So you have lemon, you have grapefruit, you have bergamot, very bright and effervescent. But then you also have these clean floral ingredients in the heart, which include rose and violet, by the way, a little bit of like an irisy vibe too. All of the ingredients are actually located on the back here because this is a tester, or I should say the notes. So you do have Florentine iris, you have rose absolute. There's violet in the Gentiluomo counterpart. And if you'd like to see me do a comparison between the two, also leave a comment down below. I think that sounds like a cool idea for a video. I would love to do that eventually. And then you also have sandalwood from Mysore in the base, cedarwood, amber, and musks. So I'm really excited to tell you what I get from the smell of this fragrance, but let's start things off with the presentation. So like I said earlier on in the video, as soon as this fragrance opens up, you get a ton of citrus and very bright, very realistic smelling citrus. And I personally love that opening of this fragrance. Very bright, clean, zesty, energetic. And it's the type of fragrance where as soon as you spray it on, you know you're gonna tackle your day without problems. You feel great, you feel energized, and I do actually get a little bit of a tart quality as well. So I can tell there's a little bit of grapefruit at play in the opening, and I personally really enjoy that. Very citrusy, very lively, very bright. But then you very quickly get those floral ingredients in the heart. So like I said, there is that Florentine iris in here, and you're also gonna pick up on the rose absolute. Now, in terms of trying to decipher which note is stronger and which has more of a role or emphasis in this composition, I think it's pretty balanced. If anything, I get a little bit more of the iris than the rose. Rose for me has a very distinct smell, whether we're talking about Bulgarian rose, Turkish rose, Taif rose, so on and so forth. So I think the iris is really what's standing out in this fragrance. And then of course in the base, in terms of the listed ingredients, we have sandalwood, cedarwood, amber, and musk. It smells rather musky, and I say that because it has a very smooth, clean, billowy base, and I'm guessing the musk is contributing to that. But there's also a very subtle creaminess kind of running as an undercurrent in this fragrance. So I would imagine that that's coming from the sandalwood as well. Now, the one thing that many people might know about this fragrance, or what has become a common narrative in regards to this fragrance and the way that it smells, and it's actually a narrative that I subscribe to as well, it does bear similarities to Creed's Silver Mountain Water. Now that's a fragrance that I also purchased. That fragrance smells great. It has a little bit of that violet ingredient in there. It's a little musky. It definitely has an abstract quality about it. In terms of the similarities to Silver Mountain Water, I think it's about 70% similar with this fragrance, but this one opens up much fresher and much brighter. So you have that citrus in the opening, which is very energizing and very sparkling and effervescent, and that's something that Silver Mountain Water kind of lacks. It does have that citrus in there, don't get me wrong, but I feel like the abstract qualities of the composition are a little bit more abundant, whereas with this one, it smells a little bit more lifelike, a little bit more true to form, and a little bit more organic as opposed to abstract. So the abstract quality can also give off a bit of a synthetic vibe, even though I wouldn't use synthetic as an adjective to describe Creed fragrances. All of them kind of smell natural to me, and I love that about them. But in the case of this one, I feel like you get more of the iris, you get more of the citrus, and I feel like you can create a stronger mental image of these ingredients as you smell the fragrance, and they come to form and they come to life a little bit more quickly than they would in Silver Mountain Water. Where in Silver Mountain Water, it's a little bit more jumbled, a little bit more abstract. Smells great, but the more you smell it, the more you are left feeling a bit confused, if you will. And so with this fragrance, I really like how natural it smells. I think there's a time and a place for both of these fragrances, Silver Mountain Water and Mefisto. And I still think that this one, while it does bear like a 70% similarity to Silver Mountain Water, it still conveys a sense of originality about it, which I really enjoy. Now, I also own and I have purchased Mefisto Gentiluomo, and that fragrance is amazing. One of my top 2 favorite fragrances for the summertime. You can't go wrong in the summer with Mefisto Gentiluomo, and you can see the similarities as well between this one and Mefisto Gentiluomo. I don't want to get too much in detail in regards to the similarities, just because I feel like that could end up being a completely separate video. So once again, if you'd like to see me do a comparison video, go ahead and leave a comment down below. But I hope you have the opportunity to check this one out. Again, it is available at perfumeonline.ca. All of the links are going to be down below. Definitely make sure to take advantage of their sales, especially now during Black Friday. Let's go ahead and finish things off with my overall assessment. So first up, in terms of the uniqueness and the overall smell, I would say this fragrance is moderately unique. It does bear a lot of similarities to Silver Mountain Water. And of course, there have been a lot of Silver Mountain Water type fragrances on the market, especially over the past few years. But this one, on account of the citrus and the natural qualities of the floral ingredients, the musk and the amber and the sandalwood and the base, I think it does convey a bit more of an organic quality about it, which I really enjoy. The longevity on this fragrance, you're gonna get about 8 to 9 hours on your skin. Projection is great for the first 1.5 to 2 hours of application. And then in terms of the versatility, incredibly versatile. You can wear this one casually, you can wear this one formally. If anything, I would say Mefisto Gentiluomo, because I think that one has a tad bit more citrus. That one would probably be a little bit more casual, and then this one could be a little bit more formal, but I think they're both equally casual and formal. You could pretty much wear it whenever you want. These are just recommendations. I think this one is also appropriate for all year long. I think you can wear this one in the hotter weather, colder weather, and I think this one is perfectly unisex as well, although I can see people arguing that it leans traditionally masculine, but again, just recommendations. Go with what your nose likes and wear what you love. And in terms of the presentation, I always love the Casamorati presentations. I think they're very classy. And I also kind of like the look at the top here. It reminds me of an Ionic column. And so it's very cool, paying homage to the heritage of Italy, as this happens to be an Italian brand. So my final verdict on this fragrance is, if you are a fan of citrusy floral fragrances, if you like the abstract qualities of Silver Mountain Water, but you're looking for something that smells more organic, lifelike, and true to form, check out Mefisto. I think it's a great fragrance. Perfumeonline.ca has it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you took something of value from this video. If you did, please do consider supporting this channel by subscribing to it. Make sure to enable all notifications by clicking on the bell, and give this video a thumbs up if you took something of value from today's review. Thanks again for watching. Love you all. We'll see you next time. Bye.